Tap here from the side of Dignitas. Viktor and Caitlyn are both still available. Very popular,
Yeehaw!
very powerful, and yes, the exact same one from Arcane. Let's see what 100 Thieves wants to lead this one with. They're hovering on that Caitlyn here for a while. Very, very good pick, especially in the hands of somebody like FBI that knows how to carry from that bottom lane position. Will they lock it in? 100 Thieves, what's it gonna be? They're thinking it.
They better.
They're thinking it.
Clayton,
They're thinking it. They're knowing
This
it.
is the bottom lane LCS team. They are built around bottom lane. All resources going towards the bottom lane. Ganks, mid lane, and jungle both going there, and draft resources. So you're leaving up one of the strongest pushing bottom lanes. Caitlyn and assumed to be Lux, could be other enchanters. The Lux is the most oppressive one because you can combine the bindings with the traps and have really, really crazy early pushing power. Get your plates knocked down. Now, everyone knows all about that though, but some of the things you can pick into it are poke damage, like, you know, Karma already being shown here makes me start to think of Ezreal and trying to have some range yourself that way.
Well, you saw the numbers come up on the Caitlyn pick after it was locked in. 85% ban rate, but for the 15% that it gets through, the win rate is currently flawless at 100. And now we're going to see 100 Thieves go for an early lock-in on their top laner here. Early lock-in on the top laner with the Gwen being picked up for Ssumday. Snip, snip. Let's see how else they want to go do in this one. Will we get the Vi in the jungler?
No,
They just teased us
no
a little bit here. I think it's just an
Viego's up! Viego is up!
Viego's there,
Thank
and
you.
yes, it will be that Viego picked up here for closer. Iconic champion for himself. The man always delivers a performance.
Yeah, it's one of these jungle champions that really has still very high carry potential, even with some of the changes to the jungle for team fights. You know, being able to get those resets. As far as the Gwen pick, previously we had Ssumday already showing pretty good, you know, performance on the Gwen. Could be very annoying for scaling, for side lane pushing. Also has very good team fighting because of the W and the activation there. He had a really good flank in their previous game as well to draw away so much attention from the enemy DPS. So not surprised here in game number 1 of a best of series. You don't throw out the surprises, you know, super early on. So a little bit of feeling. There's that Ezreal I was talking about though for Dignitas pairing with the Karma.
Yeah, and you talked about how it's so good because of the poke, because of the range, and that ties into that Gwen pick being effective because, hey, Gwen is immune if you're shooting her from outside of that very limited range. So Ezreal and Karma going to have a bit of difficulty with that one maybe here. We see that Ezreal's stats aren't exactly super impressive so far here, but hey, maybe this is where it turns around.
I like anything that builds Muramana, so I'm down. We are going to go through the bans here, though, because 100 Thieves do not lock in support in first 3 picks, because they had that high priority on Viego for closer, trying to get jungle early on. You don't get the pairing, you know, the Lux plus Caitlyn, but as we said, you can slap any other enchanter there with Caitlyn, and it's still quite oppressive.
You'll feel all right about it, yeah.
Exactly, still quite oppressive, especially since you already know, you know, you're going into this Karma Ezreal poke lane. So another support drop here for Dignitas, taking off some of the playmaking ability from Huhi with the Thresh.
Yep, Thresh Lux banned out by Dig across the table. It's going to be a similar amount of targeting here. 100 Thieves having their own top laner. They can ban out some of those top lane picks they don't want to deal with. It'll be both Jace and Kennen off the table.
Viktor has not been banned out here, only the Corki. So you're leaving one half of those really nicely scaling mid laners up and available right now. So I would assume Dig, if they're not going to go too crazy in game number 1, would pick up the Viktor. Does have extremely good scaling right now. Super, super versatile, actually. Late game carry. The one fallback is that, yeah, he doesn't have his own escapes, but they're the ones with the Jarvan already, which is one of the biggest, you know, picks into it because you can just spam ultimate to blow his flash off then. So there it is. Expected Viktor pick from them. And then Abbeddage gets your pick of the litter. A lot of things have been thrown around into the Viktor. You know, Orianna is very safe, is always a very good option. But looks like they're going to go for support first here and pair one of those enchanters with the Caitlyn. Lulu, definitely very good team fighting later on for them still. Gives it a lot of versatility as far as the knock-up and extra wild growth on the frontliners as well, since both Closer and Ssumday want to be in there.
It goes great for the laning phase. It goes great for the team fighting phase. I like this pick all around, and it will be that Orianna right next to it to deal with the Viktor in the mid lane like you were talking about. Dignitas now has to decide what they're going to pick to deal with the Gwen. Do you want to try to meet her head on there in the 1v1 in the side lane?
Don't be Graves.
Or do you want just to team fight? What shall it be?
I
friends.
I'm tired of seeing the Graves into it. I really do not. I'm not a fan of it. I've seen it.
How about Gragas?
Both ways. Gragas much more so.
Okay.
The tank Gragas gives you so much of a stable lane for topside. Plus, if the player is very good, gives you really flexible options for engaging later on. If you have Gragas and Jarvan, you've got so many angles to go for. You can get extremely creative with a lot of these engages. And basically with the setup that they're running right now with the Karma, they have lots of range, poke damage from Ezreal, Viktor, and you don't want to use late game poke damage from Karma. You're going to want to use the shield and speed up. But early on, it should give you those options. And then, the speed up should allow them to position better around some of the front line there from 100 Thieves. Because 100 Thieves do not have the reliable engage. So a lot more reliable on this Dignitas side. They will probably have to deal with some side lane issues later on. Gwen is 2-item Gwen is going to scale into a monster and be a little bit difficult to deal with, but that's why you bring the Gragas to the team and get those engages off with the Jarvan Gragas.
So you're expecting to see a lot of team fight focus here from the side of Dignitas as we load into the game here. 100 Thieves and Dig, best of 3. Let's see how it goes.
Yes, sir. Let's get right into it. Best of 3 here, by the way. Could be over very quickly. Definitely is going to be 100 Thieves sided, but Dignitas, whenever you're going up against an opponent like that, try and do some level 1s, try and get some advantages on the table early on, especially when you're playing against the lane. Caitlyn, Lulu wants to push. Caitlyn always trying to push early on so that you can get them under tower. You want to work with the minion wave to both wheedle away at those turret plates as well as try and get some harassment damage down. But the reason the Ezreal Karma is picked into it is because they can give just as good as they get. They've got good range harassment. And Karma can also help out with pushing the waves early on with the Qs as well.
Everything looks pretty normal here. Looking at the summoner spells, looking at the runes, everything like that. All of our solo laners are packing that teleport here this time. We've seen a couple deviations from that so far in lock-in after the teleport changes over to the Unleashed teleport and not being able to use it as effectively early on. But both of our mid laners also with the Airy for the more effective trading back and forth, just guaranteed damage being added on to those. And we'll see if Abbeddage has that same confidence against Blue that he has about everybody else, because I feel like he might.
In there.
If you're able to talk that trash about Bjergsen and about Fudge, you gotta be feeling it, and I love seeing players have that confidence in their own skills.
Yeah, both of them getting in there with their Airy picks here, just trading early on, corrupting potions ticking while they're doing it. Abba gets one extra little trade of Airy there where Blue did not get to hit him back, so slight health lead for Abba, making good use of that keystone.
Nice water squirrel management there from 100 Thieves as they're just gonna keep on going here. Blue backing up a little bit, both of them are level 2. We're gonna get that jungle gank there from the side. Looks like River's looking for it. Abbeddage trying to put the damage here onto Blue. Flashes away, so River is not able to find the knockup.
And the reason you kind of have to do that versus Jarvan is because Jarvan can do the EQ flash follow.
Yes. If
you don't respect it, and if he just gets that, then you're dead. All you need, because then if you flash late, you'll have the red buff slow on you as well. They can chase you down. They can follow it very quickly. Jarvan, again, every time it's picked up, we usually go over the early ganks from this champion. Level 2 very frequent. All you need is EQ. Good cross over to the other side of the map there for River. Does skip out on his Krugs in order to go for the odd timing on the gank. Wasn't straight red buff 2 gank into was actually just the red buff plus Raptors and then transitioned down to the other side. Did give over the information though, and is going to be blue quadrant, reverse clearing back up towards top side.
Yep, that top side still very much in the favor of 100 Thieves there. You can see Ssumday just getting that wave shoved in nice and easy. FakeGod stuck underneath the turret, just farming up right now as Blue is about to crash the wave here in mid. Abbeddage can clear that one out rather easily as Ssumday's got a very large couple of waves here colliding into the top side turret. So he'll be able to walk over, get a little bit of information, just throw that ward up there. He'll keep an eye on that Krug camp, see if that ends up getting cleared by anybody. Seeing that it's still up, Closer makes his way up here. He knows his top laner is in control. He knows that he's going to have the guy immediately ready to rotate over if something goes down, so he'll steal away these Krugs.
Yeah, should be a pretty effortless steal, as you see on the mini-map. River hovering around bottom side, trying to help out here. The Ezreal Karma lane doing quite well for themselves. Biofrost getting some harassment in there, as well as helping out with the wave management. So good spacing here from Neo and Biofrost as well. Bio takes full control over the brush on the outside here. Ezreal peeking around the minions on the top side to weave in those Qs. So good use of the double range poke from Champ Select. We talk about for the answer there, that along with the Lux Span, allowing them a lot more control on the bottom side.
And you can see River coming out of base back into his top side jungle. Closer, however, has already cleared out the Krug. He is now working on the chickens. So unless River finds some sort of a PvP play to make here, he's not going to have any camps to really work with. He does walk past the Scuttle Crab vision.
No.
Will look towards the top side for Ssumday. He knows he's got no vision on top of him here. Ssumday only has a ghost. There's no way to flash out. Ssumday getting flashed after, and Ssumday will fall for first blood over to River.
So you actually, and this is a little known fact, you can sneak right past here and get past the vision. It's only possible up on Baron Pit, and if you hug the wall as a jungler, this is one of the tricks you can use. You can get through basically this false sense of security that teams will have when they have that Scuttle Crab.
Yep.
If you hug the wall, then you don't get seen. And he does just that. Jarvan with the EQ can hop over the back of the Baron Pit, so goes right past that vision. That gets him the first blood. Right in there, well executed from River, using their own information against them. It's one of the funnest things as junglers because so much of the role is based around how much do I know and how much do I know that my opponents know or that they think they're safe in these situations.
How much do I know that you know that I know that you know? Exactly.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got you. We're on the same page here. And hey, River and FakeGod were on the same page. They got first blood for it. So Dignitas with a nice tidy little gold lead up in the top half of the map. But let's see how 100 Thieves are able to respond to this. Closer does have a lead in terms of the camps cleared and his current level here. And he comes in mid looking for the stun. A little bit more damage. And Closer makes it a 1-to-1 game.
Gets in there with the Q flash. This man lives and breathes Viego flowers.
He's so damn good at it.
He is so damn good at it. Also, just look at the timing of that gank. You know, Abba builds up the big wave. He calls him over. They get the initiation with the slow, even with the flash, followed there by Closer. They secure the kill. A couple of minions going down during the dead timer there from Blue. Immediately teleports back out, so he picks up the majority of the wave, but loses out on some of the experience. Also causes River to show there as he's trying to soak that giant wave, pushed all the way into turret.
All right, Abbeddage right back into mid lane here, using his own TP to rejoin things. You can see not really a huge purchase coming out of him, as topside Ssumday and FakeGod continuing that 1v1 duel. Ssumday without either summoner spell, FakeGod the same. Everything had to be used for that last play, offensively or defensively. And Ssumday will just continue farming up here. And I want to go back to something that you talked about right after we were getting out of Champ Select. What Dignitas has to keep in mind is this split push threat as the game goes forward, man. If that Gwen gets big, they get a problem.
Yeah, Ssumday is going to be farming away up on top side, quite nicely scaling up. Gwen actually really starts to shine around 2 items. Once you get your Riftmaker plus Cosmic Drive, that's where the nightmare fuel begins. Up until then, does have some options into the Gragas. FakeGod doing a decent job fighting for himself thus far, but is forced to disengage here as they trade out, and the needlework is also used, so not as much offensive power, but you've got a hover from Viego. There's not going to be a Jarvan gank, though, to counter here, since you can clearly see with the God vision that we are afforded as fans. Recall there for River, resets on his level 6, and has his Iron Spike whip ready to go for the full combo. So he's looking to gank one of these flashless members. Closer is actually a good target for him to try and force onto if they can coordinate with one of their lanes. Bottom lane has been actually pretty quiet, save for blowing Huhi's flash. Don't think we caught it on camera, but really good work there by Neo and Biofrost. Again, this lane all comes down to skill shots here.
Yeah.
When you're Ezreal Karma, everything is about positioning like this, kind of a triangle around those minions, so you can continually fire out your skill shot, your harassment. They've got a no flash on Lulu, and guess what? Jarvan loves champs with no flashes.
Oh
yeah. The pressure here. River makes them scared just by clearing out the vision.
Well, FBI and Huhi are definitely stuck underneath the turret here. You saw the on my way pings from Dig just saying, hey, we at least have to go in and get this plate. We really want to keep applying this pressure here. And with all that control over the bottom lane, River has the green light to go after the first Drake. Now, Closer's found himself here in mid. The chain CC comes down awful nice, and Abbedage gets the second kill of the game for his team.
They need to keep getting those kills too, because Blue is winning in farm. Blue is farming up a storm there on the Viktor side of it. And it needs to be this constant pressure from 100 Thieves there. Closer is the one capitalizing on it, though. Abba says, he's got no flash. I can flash shockwave him. Just get here. Yep. So you hover kind of as a jungler. You usually hover right here is the vision line. Basically, you just follow the brush up over towards the walkway here, out of vision, and then he kind of sneaks up as soon as Abba goes for the flash, gets the shockwave. They get the kill on the flashless target. So good repeat focus there from the mid jungle from 100 Thieves.
And you can see also over the other side of the wall, there's that little blue flower. So if you don't know where to stand behind the little blue flower. I like to use the terrain and work it into my own game.
I like it, and it also makes sense. Captain Flowers would know the position of every flower on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
I'll have you draw me a map, botanist map later on, so I can use them as my landmarks now for navigation.
I am familiar with the flora of Summoner's Rift, my friend, but down here in the bottom lane, FBI and Huhi are familiar with nothing but the sites underneath the turret.
That sounds like a Harry Potter book or something. The flora
of Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, that definitely would be in the Harry Potter library. I'm down to check out your...
Man, I could teach that class. Let's go. Let's go.
Your first edition. Let me get a signed copy.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got you. You get the IRL buddy discount. We've got the Divine Sunderer picked up here for Closer in the jungle, having that one on the Viego. You know, like they made the changes to this champion a while ago to try to encourage him to have riskier builds, more crit-focused stuff, but the Divine Sunderer is still just so effective. It synergizes so well. River goes over the wall here looking for Abbedage, who has no flash. He tries to buy himself time with the shockwave, but there is nothing to buy, and Dignitas tie up the game.
Mid laners have a third summoner spell. It's called Jungler. Get here now. You just mash that button. This guy is getting up all these ganks. River, come now, help me out. They get the return gank. I definitely know that feeling. That is a relieve the mental of my mid laner right now, since he's been the recipient of so much pressure. So good job there by River. Helps him out, uses the Cataclysm combo again on one of those flashless carries. Definitely going to do a lot to bridge this mid game for them, because Dignitas are actually sitting decently fine right now. They've got the dragon under their belt, as well as evening up the gold with that last, comeback gank towards mid. A little bit of a fight over vision, going slightly the way of extra information towards 100 Thieves, since they see him clear out the control ward, and that should mean Abba knows to hover top side. They just saw him clear out bottom side control ward. You got to hover top.
There's no Cataclysm available here, but there is the flash. And there it is, baby. Dignitas loving the way mid lane's looking now.
Yeah.
The bottom side's got Closer on the way. He throws out the mist, and he goes in for Biofrost. The chain's already been applied, but so has the Heartbreaker, and Closer gets the kill. He'll go even further, looking for whatever extra damage he can find onto Neo. Chances of a kill are pretty much zero, but he wants to make sure he sets this lane up for success to push the rest of the wave in.
Clayton, it's all as it should be. This is just a jungler's world, and these laners
they just
are living in it. They're just food for the picking. All the kills would be in the jungler's hands if Abba hadn't got that last hit on the Closer gank towards mid lane in the second one early on. It is just Closer and River beating up on the laners, punishing these summoner spells being blown, and each of them performing well, executing these ganks.
Well, man, this mid lane, you brought it up earlier already. The CS difference has gone up to almost plus 30 for the Dignitas side. Blue is doing a phenomenal job here, building up these advantages. That's 2 kills worth of gold just in farm that he's got. Let's take another look here at how they set up the play. Abbedage playing to that top side like you were talking about, but...
Yeah, not enough. So you can see the big minion wave. He's like, I gotta get this wave into the turret. He's pushing the last of it. You know you just saw the Jarvan on that controller though, so maybe hover position a little bit more towards top side would give you some more time to work with. Then Closer's like, I'm not gonna let River have all of the screen time here.
Oh no.
He's gonna get a gank off on bottom side, run straight through that ward, able to get the pincer movement onto Biofrost. And Nat Flash being down, plus the heal being down from Neo. No escapes for the bottom side from Dig. This gold is dead even. Junglers just going gank for gank, basically, and it all comes down to the laners doing their homework, basically. And picking up those minions. As you said, Blue, he's a bit of a teacher's pet, has turned in all of them. Even with a lot of the early deaths, immediately getting back out there, making sure he does the fundamentals.
Well, we got our second Drake of the game up right now, and in 3 seconds, the teleport's unleashed. Both of our top laners have the teleport ready to use. FakeGod now, you can see he's got it, Ssumday's got it. They can get down here in a flash if they need to. It's Dignitas with control over the bottom side river right now. Closer barely misses the Spectral Maw, not finding the stun on the enemy jungler. There is still a ward in the pit from the side of 100 Thieves, so they will be aware if Dig tries to start this. But right now, they're trying to play it slow, play it smart, clear out that vision, and take this the right way. That ward still exists in the pit, though. Closer throws down the Hallowed Mist. He's looking to turn this one into a smite fight. Control ward has been placed. Looks like we're not going to get that fight after all, and Dignitas gets the second Drake of the game.
Yeah, the bottom lane answer from Dig is so strong. Since 100 Thieves did not lock in the Lux in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 picks, and it getting banned out, and then answering with the double range poke, plus some pathing down there has really given them big rewards. Dragon number 2 goes a long way towards them stacking up. They do still have to start to worry a little bit about that Gwen, you know, hanging in the back of your mind, as you keep mentioning, for Clip Pushing Raider. Your first item power spike has been achieved, the Rift Maker, but you know, once Cosmic Drive comes in, that's where you'll really have to worry about side wave management and them closing in on you, getting the first moves towards those objectives. Closer, though, will continue to focus on that Rift Joe, gets number 2, will help them even up on some towers, because it looks like bottom tower is forfeit, and Dignitas will try and push for that first turret bonus.
That's so good from a team that got neither one of the Rift Heralds. If you can still take first turret despite that, you're feeling great.
And so good for a team playing into Caitlyn. Again, since Caitlyn had to be paired with Lulu, and Lulu not nearly the early powerhouse for laning, especially when you're going up against the double range poke, you're not going to have the same sort of pushing power, but you know, well done on the execution as well, and the planning from Dig to get bottom tower, double dragon stacked up for them, mid lane farming and scaling very nicely on the Viktor as well here for Blue, so quite ready for him to bring it to the team fights.
So let me ask you this then, Kobe. We're at the point, we've had the first couple of turrets fall, the lane assignments are going to start shaking up here a little bit, the teleports are all unleashed.
Yeah.
What do you want to see from Dignitas with this very even game state to be able to continue to threaten 100 Thieves?
You need River to go burn another flash. The ideal situation would be burning Abbe's flash early on, because Cataclysm's such a low cooldown. You burn the flash now, it will not be up for the 3-minute timer on Dragon number 3, which is not the soul, but it is soul point. And
very important.
Huge ramifications of that fight. So you're always looking at which carries you want to try and burn flashes for early with Jarvan, so you can then have a big upper hand in the team fights. Because when you Jarvan Cataclysm and have a Viktor on your team for the Chaos Storm over the top of it, that carry is annihilated. There's no way out for them, so it can give you a huge upper hand in the team fight. On the flip side, 100 Thieves are looking for getting that territory open. Again, the Gwen looking for some long lanes to work with. They finally get you know, bottom tower here for the Caitlyn pushing. FBI and Ssumday actually moving ahead with the needlework.
Ssumday is not afraid. He just starts this one off, charging into what looks like a 1v3, but the cavalry immediately arrives. So 100 Thieves forcing down that tier 2 turret, trying to force the fight right after. Closer's back over here in mid. Abbeddage goes for the shockwave. Now he's got to try to get away. Closer's going to be found here. Huhi coming in with the wild growth as Closer goes back over the wall. Follow coming out from River with a true shot barrage going through. River barely stays alive, and Dignitas 1-0.
What a follow there. The confidence on River, the confidence on Dignitas. He gets away with 150 HP after chasing Closer, even with the Lulu there, with the shield, trying to lifesteal and fight his way out of it. Dignitas, huge punish on that overstep from 100 Thieves towards mid lane. Quite nicely done. You know, Closer did not have vision of the rest of Dig coming down mid lane to back up Blue, so tried to threaten on Blue, had to ult his way back out there, and Dignitas punished effectively. Another tower down, all outers having been destroyed now. the hands of Dignitas.
I'm really liking what we're seeing from this Dig squad. So let's see this, because this play got a little bit crazy here.
So this is a reset coming down mid lane of both jungle and support. So that's why you see Closer go in. He didn't have the timing there on the reset of jungle and support, going to actually back up blue. So he tried to go in, gets punished, for going aggressive at the tower. He was trying to capitalize on the trade that Abbeddage just took, where Abbeddage got chunked out, but because of the health lead there, they could not collapse. And also so many resources had been invested into the bottom lane push where they got double turrets. They couldn't transition as quickly, and Dignitas come out smiling once again. Even gold, up 2 towers versus defending champs.
Yeah, and they're coming into this even in lock-in, like, they finished last in the group. That's why you have to play against the team that finished first in their group. This first 19 minutes has looked great for them, but now as we say it, it's River who's in a bit of trouble. Down to 1/3 HP, but he does get himself out as 100 Thieves push further into enemy territory.
Yep, trying to get the early lead on the setup for this Dragon. Caitlyn's setups for neutral objectives are paramount. #1 goal for this champion. So you get your traps out early, baby. Close off some of those, avenues into the river. Fortunately, it is an infernal rift, so some of those avenues have been widened. You can see a little bit easier for Dig to get in there, and FakeGod just walks up to him.
FakeGod finds FBI, who immediately has to get himself right on back. Abbeddage and Huhi going to be zoned away as FakeGod goes back in, but Closer's been taken down to 25% HP. River now looking to disengage himself, but Closer with a nice stun over the wall facilitates the death of the enemy jungler. Make that a 1-0 here for 100 Thieves. Dignitas still seeing if there's an angle to take. Thieves' health bars are injured. Blue still at full HP, but Closer comes over the wall with a stolen Jarvan body. He's gonna find the kill, and now he's going to reset city. Closer does it every damn time.
Oh, 100 Thieves are gonna win it, and Biofrost now is tangling with Abbe, who actually flashes away. Neo, the only threat here, fighting off 4 members.
Neo 1 versus 4, the hero, but he can't quite do enough. 100 Thieves, though. Maybe Neo has done enough. Abbeddage running away. Neo is healthy enough, and he's on just the right champion.
Neo, when you're ready, you won't have to dodge bullets. And he's able to fight 4 people off the Dragon. They at least salvage this objective in a losing scenario. Picks up the blue buff, off of the respawn, starts it out. He's going to burn it down. River's here for the smite secure, and Dig will be on soul point.
It was a 1-team fight for 100 Thieves in terms of the body count, but the state of the health of everybody that remained gave the objective to Dignitas. Dig fans got to be loving this right now, because it feels like the squad has a very, very plausible win condition in going for this soul. If they can grab an Infernal Soul 26 minutes in, that's scary for 100 Thieves.
Hey, y'all, it's safe to come out. Dig fans, show yourselves.
Come on out.
So come on out, lock in. It's been a little bit sketchy, but let's see it now, because they are in prime position. FBI forced out of it.
Oh, but Ssumday is hungry, baby, and he's cutting everybody down. Blue is #2, and Closer picks him up. Now Ssumday's gonna keep on leading that charge. The man doesn't know the definition of fear. It might as well not be in the dictionary. Closer has to get away with the heartbreaker and barely does so. Abbeddage continuing to fight up against the rest of Dignitas as the Thieves fall back. They'll win another fight here.
Maybe a little too early to say safe to come out as 100 Thieves.
It's just a hyphy game.
Clap them right back. They increase their gold lead. 3.2k gold versus soul point. Such a fun setup here. Again, a big advantage to whoever's able to set up for Dragon #4 first. You've got 3 minutes, 39 seconds on the clock. Ssumday already starting to flex, as you said, just walks right in on the Gwen, creates so much space. Again, they go after FBI. This is how the fight around Dragon started out too, where 100 Thieves were able to win. They go at FBI, force him out of the fight, he's chunked away, but Ssumday right into the middle of all of them with the W, has enough. He bursts him down just with Huhi buffing him up. This Lulu buff up there, Closer comes in from the top side, he gets the reset, picks up the Viktor body, and I honestly thought Closer had gone too far here, where FakeGod turns it around, knocks him under turret, but with the cannon minion also getting knocked under, he didn't do any damage to the champion, so he didn't have the turret on him. That means he survives. If he had taken a turret shot from any sort of damage going out there and tagging someone, grabbing aggro, would have actually been the other way around and would have opened up so much more for Dig, but he survives once again, that slippery Viego.
And we now, Mr. Kobe, have that Gwen with the 2 items. Absolute ferocity here on what he can accomplish in the side lane and in the team fights. And on top of the 2 items, he has the stopwatch. So that means even more aggro plays coming out from Ssumday. FakeGod just evolved his Fimbulwinter as well, so a lot of extra tankiness here in the team fights for him too.
Fun fact too, while we are in this mid-game waiting for our big soul dragon fight, the Infernal Drake in solo queue is actually the lowest win rate of the souls once you get it, because they tap down a little bit on the damage since it was perceived so highly, since it's so fun to use. It feels like such a good one. Now, there's not a huge discrepancy. You know, it's only a couple percentage points at the maximum difference in souls, you know, win rates. And it's very huge regardless, but...
Oh! River really wanting to contest that chicken camp. Loses a lot of HP for it. With him having to back up, 100 Thieves want to step forward. They want to control the enemy jungle here. Smite does come through for River. He'll heal up and secure his red. That was a little wild. I
mean, this is still a battleground around Baron. Yes, there's a lot of focus on 1 minute, 30 seconds left for the Dragon Soul, but Baron is still a very impressive counter objective up here. So wards invested by 100 Thieves and counter jungling achieved here, stealing away the red to be able to get some of that early setup.
Okay, Ssumday setup in the side lane here, bottom side. That teleport is ready for both him and for FakeGod. Actually, everybody except Abbeddage, and his is only about 30 seconds away, will have those teleports ready and locked and loaded for this Drake fight. You can see right now, members of Dignitas hanging out around the bottom side river. It's Biofrost activating the sweeper, getting rid of some of this vision. This Drake fight's gonna be huge.
It is gonna be huge, and I actually favor 100 Thieves pretty significantly, especially if they're able to move into the river here early on. Dignitas and Biofrost he ran in there, tried to clear out as much vision as he possibly could, and then had to give up the territory. So a lot of times you'll see these fights over vision, and some of the vision doesn't last very long at all. It gets cleared out immediately. If you can't defend the vision, your value there is extremely low. And so 100 Thieves just move right back in. Now they've got control. They're leading the pathway over to this dragon. And I think they should be able to set it up into a very advantageous spot because they not only have very powerful backline carries, but the front line is just as worrisome here. With both Viego and Gwen easily buffable by the Lulu and Shockwave at their hands, at their fingertips to try and deliver.
All right, it's 100 Thieves first over to the Drake pit. They have the control ward and the pixel brush as well, and they've got the positioning here for closer in that side brush in case there's an angle to go onto the carries. With the control ward placed down by Dignitas, they'll be aware of that 100 Thieves vision there in the brush. Ssumday's already got the Drake started up. River's ready to go. He's ready to contest this one for the 50-50. 100 Thieves don't want to give him that, obviously. You can see River still hanging out all by his lonesome. It'll be Ssumday that tries to force him out of that position, make it so closer is guaranteed to be able to stop this Drake Soul. Dignitas still hanging around. No meaningful damage done to anyone on either side just yet. Biofrost steps on the trap in the pixel brush, knowing that he won't have to take the headshot from FBI just yet. FBI now finding whatever auto attack damage he can onto FakeGod. Drake's still at about half HP. Dignitas is willing to work on it here. They want to take it lower, but it's 100 Thieves going in after Dignitas instead. Ssumday's here in the front. He'll be Wild Growth. There comes your Shockwave, but River denies it there with a stopwatch. 100 Thieves turning back towards the Drake as FBI's down to 200 HP, and River traps 4 inside the Cataclysm. FakeGod will be the first to die, and Closer buys time with a stopwatch of his own. Dignitas back away now. 100 Thieves with incredibly low HP on 2 players. As Biofrost continues delivering the poke, Closer still hanging out in a hallowed mist inside the Drake pit. The Drake itself still alive, still at about 2,000 HP. Closer still in the back part of the pit. He'll try to maintain that position. River's back here once more. Ssumday has teleported back in, and he's ready to go. The rest of the team right behind him. River's gonna be your target. Switching over to Neo now, also onto blue. Ssumday with the zone is able to keep himself alive, and now he retreats back to the waiting arms of his team. Closer has gone too far forward. Both junglers down. Shut down over to blue, and Neo jumps in for the kill onto Abbeddage. Dignitas still looking to fight, still looking to get this Drake. Ssumday's at 200 HP, and FBI and Huhi are both at half. FakeGod, Neo, Bio, Blue, everybody on Dignitas is ready to go, and ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we might just get that Drake Soul. FBI wants the steal, but he will not get it. and it's Infernal Soul at 28 minutes.
Dignitas win the most arduous battle over a dragon we've seen in a while. They kite it all the way back out to mid lane, and it is a little bit too much of a chase from 100 Thieves. Dropping closer, then the flash forward. Neo makes him pay for it. He sees the opening, he reads the matrix, he jumps through, and they're rewarded with the Infernal Soul. That is gonna even up so much of the damage. Just 3,000 gold lead, 400 Thieves. Oftentimes, gold values tried to be equated to some of the value of Dragon Souls, and it is around 3K. Let's take another look. Closer tries to start it out, tries to go for the flash play onto Neo. He answers with the flash, and the stun actually went on to FakeGod. Then Ssumday does tank up a whole bunch. Shockwave doesn't find anybody because River is able to stopwatch it. Here's the moment where I thought that Blue should have had Jarvan go for FBI. There's nothing left on FBI. And you see him there with the laser from Blue, he got down to 100 HP. If the Cataclysm had gone for FBI to kill the carry instead of group up the rest of the team, maybe that is an earlier win on the fight. They still got the kite out though. They made the punish on the overreach for 100 Thieves. Dignitas wearing Dragon Soul, and now it's about actually executing in these fights because there's still the gold lead, which gives you a lot of combat power in inventory from the items that you complete. And at this point, it's fairly comparable to the power that an Infernal Soul burst damage actually gives you. So, quite close.
And you can see Dignitas wanted to really see how comfortable they were with their lead there. They tried starting up the Baron. 100 Thieves was ready to respond. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you earlier, but I'm going to flip it upside down here a little bit. What do you want to see from 100 Thieves now? Because obviously they just got out-team fought by Dignitas there in that last one for Dig to earn the soul. What needs to switch up here for 100 Thieves to feel good about it? Do you just want to play around Gwen split push at this point? What's the angle here?
Again, they're trying to look for the early setup of the vision around Baron so they can get their traps down. FBI and Abba both do not have flashes. Their backline is extremely vulnerable to the Jarvan Gragas initiation. And this time around, if they go for it, you can combine it with the Chaos Storm from Blue. So they've got a lot of issues to work with here that can be outplayed. So they really need to use some of the speed ups from their supportive members, from the Orianna, from the Lulu. FBI, you see him trying to make use of the speed and range advantage there with Caitlyn. Getting some early damage down, trying to avoid all of these skill shots coming out from Dignitas, and it's still difficult for them to fight themselves out. Their Shockwave has to land on multiple members. Last time in the team fight in the Dragon, it landed on nobody because of the Zonias from River and everyone else being able to kite it out. That's one of the few CCs that they have, one of the few big AoE ones that they have to work with, and they need to make it land.
Dignitas staying grouped up as 5. Neo finding a little bit of poke here onto Closer to scare him off. We don't have our Elder Drake for 3 more minutes. Baron is still alive. Dignitas is deciding they want to push down mid. They've got the priority. A lot of pings coming out onto the tier 2. They want to decide on something. They've got to make that informed decision as a team. But it's 100 Thieves fanning out here. Ssumday's cutting the wave.
He's literally cutting it. Snip, snip, bye-bye wave.
Rock, paper, minions, and it looks like Ssumday will go ahead and get himself out of there before Dignitas can try to catch him out of position. Dignitas will, however, have first strike on that Scuttle Crab. They'll guarantee that they have that unremovable vision. River goes ahead, clears out the blue trinket. So now for 100 Thieves, you've always got to be wondering, hey, are they starting it? Hey, do we need to go look? What's going to happen? And Dignitas have moved back into the mid lane here yet again. Closer once more, looking to try to go for those minions. FakeGod went for the flash engage, but beautifully buffered with that unstoppable part of the Heartbreaker. River wants to go in and he's found FBI, but the 90 caliber net immediately gets him out of the Cataclysm. Ssumday is off to the side, so is Closer. They're looking for a chance to find anything in retaliation as FakeGod gets stunned and Dignitas walk away.
Yeah, really well done from Closer. First uses the W for the tiny dash there from the initiation, then is able to get off his ultimate to immune the knockback, barely escapes, sees the FakeGod initiation coming, avoids it once again, and still you're in such a difficult situation here because 100 Thieves themselves don't have a really good way to hard force. And so that's why we keep having these pick and poke situations where they're trying to force out some of these abilities and re-kite it so they can get the initiation afterwards. But the speed from these enchanters is making it all possible. Biofrost, as well as the speed boost speed buffs on the side of 100 Thieves. This Baron, though, is going to get burned down so quickly. Closer's kind of close, but he doesn't have his ultimate available. He only has Flash.
This is a two-man Baron, and it is dropping like a rock. So many pings coming out. Dignitas knows this is theirs, man. Nothing for 100 Thieves to do about it, and Dig takes Baron.
All right, this is going to be huge. 36 seconds on this Elder Dragon coming up. Everybody going over there right now. 100 Thieves move into the river. They've got the control wards. Caitlyn going to set down the traps now. No pre-existing vision through the river or towards the Dragon for Dig, but they are marching out of the base with Baron.
FBI looking for the chance for some poke. Okay, little bit there. Not a whole lot. Jarvan's a nice tanky boy. No stopwatch, though. No stopwatch for River. Guardian Angel is up for Closer. So a bit of a difference here between how willing either jungler will be to commit to the fight. Closer knows he gets that second chance. FBI continuing to get any poke that he can here as he moves his way forward. That was the Gale Force active you just saw. Had to make sure he wasn't in a position for FakeGod to knock him back there with the ulti. 100 Thieves starting up the Elder Drake. It'll be FBI lifesteal tank, and it's Ssumday zoning River away again. He knows River wants to play this back part of the wall. Biofrost not going to eat the ace in the hole as Neo's able to intercept the bullet for him. Elder Drake down to below half. 100 Thieves, they're forcing Dignitas to be ready to respond to this. Closer's going to keep finding a little more damage. Elder regenerates very slightly. 100 Thieves continuing to try to control this area. Neo steps forward, trading auto attacks with FBI. Not a good idea, but here we go. Neo tries to get away as Closer and Ssumday go in. Dignitas on the retreat as Ssumday finds his way onto blue. Gets a lot of shields, gets a lot of damage. FBI gets the enemy mid laner, and FakeGod's next to the menu. Ssumday goes on a killing spree as River heads right back into his own demise, but he will take FBI with him. I don't think it's going to matter because everybody else is deader than a doornail. Only Neo and River still left alive, but with Neo still there, it's not comfortable enough for 100 Thieves to just effortlessly take the Drake. Dignitas will shove up the mid lane wave, and now they're ready to go answer yet again. Now you've still got Huhi hanging out here in the brush. He has vision control. He's on top of the control board. River and Neo ready to go. Abbeddage moving forward. Poly onto Neo. He gets back. River still looking for the chance to smite fight this. True shot barrage nearly kills Abbeddage. Neo looking for his chance to be the hero of the Drake pit once again. Closer goes in. He finds the stun on the enemy AD carry. Headshot! Neo just headshots him. River comes right back in. And Huhi's not long for this world. Closer tries to stand and fight, but no! And again, Dignitas beats 100 Thieves in the Dragon fight, and again, it's Neo the hero.
Neo, take a bow, man, all game long. Fancy footwork. Yes, he's getting a lot of speed ups from his team from Biofrost, but this one was all him. Finds the angle, sees the line, hits the Mystic Shot, and now marching through the base.
Hold on, I gotta get on the phone real quick. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. Hello, Raz? Yeah, what you said on the analyst desk? Yeah, Neo? Yeah, that was right. This is exactly what we wanted to see here from Dignitas. This is exactly what they got to do to be able to fight back against the reigning champs. Wombo, combo, put him in the ground. River finds FBI, and 100 Thieves are on their last legs. Ssumday tries to survive long enough here with a double stopwatch. He'll still die anyway. Closer's back alive, but not for long. Abbeddage is gonna fall, and Neo's still alive. Closer can't do enough here in a 1v5. Ladies and gentlemen, first game of the best of 3 goes over to Dignitas.
Woo! Who said this was gonna be a 2-0? So much heavy favor on the side of 100 Thieves, and yet Dignitas come out swinging. Huge gold deficit early on, but they secure Drake after Drake after Drake. They cash in on the Dragon Soul, and Neo in multiple fights in this river around those dragons, fighting off 4 members, threading the hope of Dignitas through, finds those Mystic Shots time and time again, and is rewarded in the end. What a game opener here. What a series opener. Dignitas on the board.
Dignitas, man, they outfought him too. It's not like this was a, oh man, 100 Thieves had it, and then just decided to throw the ball into the stands for some reason.
Yeah.
They met them in open ground. They met them in very complex team fights with a lot of exits, re-entries, teleports, you name it, it happened. And Dig won multiple times. Damn good showing from this team in game 1.
Definitely a fun one to watch. A lot of coordination and the discipline in these later scenarios when you're being pushed and pulled from multiple objectives, multiple angles. Definitely a good way to start.
And with Dignitas Quantum Pay now ahead in our series.